For those of you that haven't been following, this is my Fiat Panda. It's a 1.1 litre. I've taken the engine out and I'm going to make it into a turbo car with a Fiat Bravo T-Jet engine. You would have seen that I took the engine out, ready for the T-Jet engine to go in, and since the last video, basically it's been ordering parts ready for this conversion. So this is passenger drive shaft, because the one on the engine that I bought, someone decided to cut it. Clutch pipe, because the Fiat 500 pipe, the little connection on the end of the pipe is ever so slightly different. So if I show you, can you see the difference? So this has got two O-rings. This is the abarth one, this one here. This has got two O-rings, and the standard Fiat 500 has got only one O-ring, so it's a slightly different slave cylinder connection. Throttle pedal from an abarth. Nothing spectacular, it just needs bolting inside and wiring in when the time comes. Got some new brake hoses, because the brake hoses that are on the Panda had to be cut because they were knackered. So these are for an abarth 500. Hopefully they fit. An abarth engine mount. So see if she fits. Perfect. So it mounts up on all three. Clutch. Oh yeah. An abarth fuel sender and pump that goes in the tank, because the standard Panda one only has one outlet, it doesn't have a return. So this should fit straight into the tank with a little bit of a modification. Apparently this little tab here needs grinding down so that you can clock it in the tank, otherwise it's locked in position. So if you just take that knob off, and you can spin it in whatever direction you want. Oh, new brake pads. And some nice shiny brake discs, vented and drilled. Okay guys, welcome to episode 2. I've since the last time, all it's done, the British weather, all it's done is rain every day, non-stop rain.
Brighter, but today it certainly felt like another wet and grey.
You just can't do nothing in that. So I've not really been able to film much, but I've done a few bits, and what I'll do is I'll walk you through what I've done since the last time. Piece de resistance, or however you say it, and that is a 70,000 mile 2008 turbo 1.4 T-Jet engine, complete. Got off eBay for the grand sum total of £300 delivered, which is pretty sweet. This is how easy a crank pulley is meant to move. Good compression there as well. Keeps bringing back. Well, there you go, you get the idea. And it's a pretty mucky engine, but I've just cleaned up this bit here with a bit of Mr. Muscle. Took no effort at all. So if we can get the whole thing looking like that, it should be pretty good. What we can start with is this clutch cable. I've got a little pick here. I need to release the little pin. Don't want to lose that. Release that, that was easy. And the little clips. Yep, easy. Very easy. Wow, that's that off. Put that to the side. Get the new one. Still got a little bit of the old broken one on here. It's the same principle. Release the pin. Take that off. Arrange it correctly. Plug that in. Clip that in. Oh, this is going to be one of the most easiest conversions. This is one of the parts I dread when we do the Uno Turbo to abarth conversion. This is making life a doddle. Wow, that's one of the quickest things I've ever done on a car, I think. Our next job is to replace these discs and pads, as they are absolutely ancient and looking really bad. So whilst the disc is seized, let's make most of the time to replace that. There we go, it's a 12mm spanner, not a whatever size that one was, for these little dowels to help you put your wheels on and hold the disc in place. Yeah, all the nuts and bolts on this car are such strange sizes. Now I need an extension. Hello, Mum. Just got a lovely cup of coffee made by Mum. Thanks, Mum. Lovely. And she also knitted me a woolly hat. Thanks for that. Smart, isn't it? Right, let's get this caliper off. If you ever get a bolt that's rusted in like that, so it starts unwinding and gets stuck, don't just keep sending it to undo it, because if you use a bar like this, you'll end up snapping it. And what it is it's because the nut is going through the frets and stuck out the other side, and that side has rusted up over the years. So when you try and unwind it, it gets stuck on the rust. The best thing to do is wind it in and out, and in and out, in and out, and then it will clean the rust and release it. There we go. So it did get stuck on one bit, and as you can see, as it's come out, it's cleaned the rust off the thread. So now this should come off. It's a little bit seized. Flathead screwdriver. There we go. Tell you what, while it's still on there, I might make the most of this to wind back the piston. Well, not wind back, but the front calipers don't wind back. It's only the rears on some cars. If it's a handbrake and caliper integration, so it needs to come this way. So I need to push that piston in. So I should be able to. No, I should be able to. Yes, there we go. Oh, leaking. Trusty fluid collector. That was just a test. So if you do this while it's on the car, you've got a nice mount. You don't have to go over to a vise and mess about. Do it while it's on the car. It's all mounted in place, you see, and then this should now come off beautifully. If we release the brake hose. When you're doing stuff like this, you just have to be observant, you know, not just rip stuff. Be careful when you're doing what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pads out, clean up all the surfaces where the pads run, and put the new pads in. Oh, actually, what we can do while we're here, replace the disc, and that is just simply stuck on there. So I need a persuasion tool. Just trying to release all the rust, because it's just locked on by rust. There's nothing holding this on apart from rust. There you go. I'm going to have to clean this face up. And so we don't have that problem again, I've got a tin of copper grease, spray copper grease. So I'm going to put some in the threads where the wheels bolt in, so they don't look too great. And that's that. You don't want too much on this surface, to be honest. What I might do is, I should really use gloves, just to sweep it round and push it into the thread so there's not too much, so the wheel doesn't float. Lovely. Then we need a new disc. Just make sure it fits nice. Yep, it's nice and snug. And now one of these little locating pins for now. Someone's got a rough sounding exhaust. I won't bother tightening them up yet. Well, I'm going to go and get this caliper cleaned up and I'll be right back. Another thing is, when you get a set of brake pads and they've got a wear sensor wire hanging out of them, if your car doesn't have a wear sensor wire, what you can simply do is just chip that wire off or cut it off with a pair of snips, which I don't have on me right now. But yeah, you don't need that. If your car doesn't have a plug for the wear sensor wire, you don't need that. They usually play up anyway. So there you go. You can see I've got nice big chunky brand new pads in there. New disc. That's more like it. Put a bit of grease on that. Oh. Everything on this car is a little bit crusty. I'm going to torque them up. For big bolts like that, I like about 70-80 Newton meters. If you ever get a brake pipe union, just like you can see in the video right now, if you ever get one of these and it's seized, in other words it won't spin without the pipe, what you need is a bit of love. Oxyacetylene torch. No, map gas torch, sorry. You heat it right up. I've got an old brake pipe behind there protecting it. heat it up as much as you dare. Okay. Don't breathe that in. It's not healthy. You get your brake pipe spanner, which is nowhere to be seen. And 9 times out of 10, look at that. I mean, I didn't even have to force it. Straight away, fixed. Now my problem is, it's hitting on the brake pipe holder. Okay, I've come around the other side of the car to see about this brake pipe bracket that seems to be interfering with the anti-roll bar link arm. I think I've come up with a solution. It needs to come over here somewhere, maybe here. So what I've done is I've ground back the paint, and you can just see, where the spot welds are. You can see it much better on camera actually. There's one there, you see that little circle in the metal, and there's one there. I've got a hole punch to mark the centres of those spot welds to start my drill bit off. So there's one right there. The other is right there. It's for drilling out spot welds specifically, so you don't go too deep and drill all the way through basically. Let's see how that works out. Let's see how good it is. Here we go. It's working. There we go, guys. I've moved the support from here to over here. Painted over it. 2 riv nuts in that little smiley face area. The brake pipe was long enough to pull it through, and it reaches over there perfectly. Just like that. Got some new wheels for it. Pretty cool, aren't they? So they are 15-inch 7J wide. They're running 195 45 15. Pretty cool. What else have I done? So, found a new problem. Just my luck. Seal, absolutely rotten. It looked okay, but I saw a little bit of rust and I was like, what's that? Started poking it, and it was just the paint that was holding the car together. So we've got a little bit there to sort out, but luckily, because this car is reasonably within the last 20-30 years, you can still buy the whole seal. But so I'll buy the whole seal. I'll probably cut it here and here and weld it in. What else have we done? So I have fitted the subframe from the abarth. As you can see, subframe, steering rack from the abarth, engine mount, gear rods for the C510 gearbox for the abarth, fuel line. So I've installed a return fuel line. That is hard line. It's like zinc metal or something. But yeah, I've routed it pretty well. Goes all the way down. So what I've done is the carbon canister or fuel vapor from the fuel tank pipe, I've unclipped it from all the clips underneath and then put the fuel return in those clips, and then I've run this alongside it instead. So I've given the fuel hose priority for the clips instead of the fuel vapor hose, which is not a lot less important. Let's show you. So as you can see there, I've clipped it in all the way along and then gone up here behind the brake hose. So I've made sure it don't touch the body anywhere, so we don't want it rubbing through or anything like that. And then yeah, just rearranged a few things. So I've put this fuel vapor one in between the clips and it clips in nice. And then this will clip in over the top, you see, nicely. I've also fitted the abarth fuel pump sender unit, and then here's my return fuel hose. This is the fuel feed, and because the Panda fuel hose was coming in at the side on the old Panda fuel pump, as you can see here, I've had to add a bit so that it can click downwards, which is absolutely solid. Got plenty of play in it, plenty of movement. And then the fuel return pipe from the sender unit of the abarth is like a larger fitting. Let's clip that one in. It's a larger fitting. It's 9.49 is the quick fitting, and then this one here is 5/16, 8mm. So as you can see, that we'll be able to with a rubber hose. I'm just waiting on a flaring tool to flare this pipe, because obviously I don't want to put a rubber hose on there, it'll just slide off when it gets hot. And also I'm going to cut it down here somewhere and feed it down. This is easy to bend, it's quite malleable. Well, it's not overly easy to bend, but you can bend it, and once it's there it don't move. What else have we done? So the major problem here was these are the abarth shocks. This is the abarth drop link. This is the abarth anti-roll bar. This brake pipe hanger mount was here. You can probably see where I've drilled out the spot welds. So every time I turned the steering, this would hit this, the mount. So what I've had to do is drill out those spot welds, move that little bracket over to this side, because what I did is I googled an image of an abarth 500 in a wheel well, and it was over here. So yeah, it seems to fit quite well. All the ABS wires are out the way. That goes that way and plugs in around here. All I had to do was bend the brake hose, which it did nicely because it was coming down here. I had to take the shock off, bend it this way, and fitted it with new hoses. Yeah, it went pretty well. That's where we are at the moment. So, and oh, another thing, I'm waiting for I also want to say a massive thank you to Neil Rostan. I asked about that gearbox mount on one of their Fiat pages, and he replied saying, oh, I think I've got one, I'll have a look in the morning for you. He's had a look this morning, 8:57 AM. He sent me a picture, lovely. So I said, oh, that looks like the beauty, mate. How much do you want for it? And he said, oh, what's your address? I'll send it to you free of charge. What a legend. So not only has he given me the bolt, he's sending it as well. So he's going to have to go to the post office and whatever, and he's sending it free of charge. So thank you ever so much, Neil. And apparently, yeah, he's got one of these gearbox mount bolt. It's a really funny thread. So the there it is. The Fiat Panda one, Fiat Panda gearbox hanger mount bolt, is M12 by 1.25, and the abarth gearbox hanger is M12 1.75. So I tried to use that bolt and it won't bolt in. So this is the abarth one, that's the Panda. So yeah, that's how it goes. Look, on the end of the gearbox, and then it hangs on this mount. But yeah, it's a strange bolt. It's not your normal bolt. So at the moment we're waiting for a bolt, a flaring tool. Well, I've got the flaring kit, I'm just waiting for the right size die, just so I can put like a double flare on there so that the pipe don't slip off under pressure. Oh, and also some good clips to put on the pipe so ping, so they don't fall out. Other than that, it's coming on nicely, but this was a bit devastating, not gonna lie to you. Oh well. And it's not just the lower sill, it's the kick plate as well. Look, stabby. But I think half of the problem is they've got all these bungs in the seals. You see these bungs? They were all bunged up. So what I did is I took the inner ones out so the seal could drain. Hopefully that was a good move. And these chassis legs, they had all plastic rubber bungs in them. And actually when I jacked it up, I took one of the bungs out and it went with water. It's not a very good design. Another little job I need to do is, because the abarth engine is fly-by-wire, and this one was cable, so the one in the Panda was cable, throttle accelerator cable, and we're switching over to wire. This is the throttle pedal out of the abarth. Obviously it's got a plug on it. I need to see if this will mount inside the vehicle. I wonder if there's a mount there or not. So we need to get in there, lay upside down, and see if there is space for this to go. Oh, wow, there is. I can see some mounts there. See them mounts and bolts. Yeah, here. I wonder if they're the same pattern as this. That would be amazing. That's not easy to get out. Right, drastic measures. Oh, it won't even break out. No. See, I've got the bloody pin out. You can't even see, but the pin's out. And it still don't want to come out. Right, desperate times. Yeah. It's a breaky thing. It's gonna snap now. It's got to come out. Because this is a I asked nicely tool. I don't want to get the I didn't ask one out, because it's got a 4-foot handle and it's 4 times the size of this, but this is the I asked nicely, you know, and you didn't listen, and you got to come out between the gap. Strongest throttle pedal. There's the non-strongest hand. Ow, and again. I mean, it's just bouncy. Oh, is it? No. Of course it isn't. Try. Oh, can I get some? Oh, another bit. Oh, I'm in there now. I'm in. Where's my screw? Here it is. Oh. How much? I don't know what I'm doing. I can't get the bugger. Wow, that is a strong throttle pedal. Is it off? Yay. Is it off? Is it off? Oh, there it is. Oh, so I broke that off. Look, I took the pin out, but that's all I needed to do, and then it would. Oh, wow. I can take the other bit off now. Ow. Oh, ow. Ow. Come on. As soon as you get past 35, everything's 10 times harder and everything hurts 10 times more. So as well as getting achy arms trying to float your arms up and round a dash, you got like stupid hat. Get rid of that. You got like other things to deal with, bad back, knees cramping up, cramping your feet, and all that magical stuff. Oh, it's off. Yay. Ow. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if the abarth one will go in and just not cause me any havoc. Of course it won't. It's not going to be that easy, is it? That'd be way too easy. Can you just sit still for a minute, please, guys? Stop moving around. There we go. Let's see if we can do this together. Get that up there. Ow, ow, ow. I don't really want to break this one, but needs must. Get out of the way. There we go. Oh wow. She's up. She's in. Is she going to bolt in the same spot? Just work. Oh my god. Oh wow. How cool is that? How doesn't that make life easier? When everything just fits. Oh, 3 little nuts on there. It would be golden. Look at that. I mean, I'm sure it needs. Oh, I'm sure it needs straightening. Oh, that looks good. There we go. 3 little bolts on there. I don't want to do that yet because obviously we've got to plug all the wire in and stuff. I don't want to jinx it by plugging in. Ouch. Oh, hold on, let me get my hat, cover my criminal cut. There we go. Yeah, by the way, if you go to Hughes Grey, which used to be Ridgeons, around Christmas time, winter time, every year they do a different hat. This is last year's hat. They give them away for free as long as you buy something. All you got to do is go in there, buy a Jubilee clip or something, because they do genuine Jubilees in there. Yeah, cool hat with a bubble. That's about it for this one. Can't really go much further. Just waiting on bits and bobs. But on the next episode, that engine is going in this car. Absolutely no doubt about it. The engine's got to go in. And I want to get it started. So next episode will be fitting the engine and the wiring. Engine, wiring, swapping the gearbox because we've got the wrong gearbox on it at the moment. Yeah. Awesome. So, oh, and then we got welding at some point. Like and subscribe, comment, leave a comment if you've got any suggestions, if you've done any of this before or whatever, leave a comment below. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, otherwise you won't, and then hit the little bell thing, otherwise you won't see the next one and you'll miss out, and you won't see the tyres lighting up down the road when this is done. Can't wait for that. And hopefully the British weather stays half decent and I can actually carry on doing it. Yeah. See you soon.